Bismillah-ir-Rahman-ir-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome, friends. Welcome to another broadcast. To those who are already subscribed, welcome back. And those that are new, welcome. We're very happy to have you here. It's been a while since I have made a video, and I so apologize for that. I have been dealing with some health issues, but alhamdulillah, one day at a time. I have been dealing with nausea, so it hasn't been easy for me to want to come on and record videos. But alhamdulillah, today is a good day. I hope and pray that all are doing well out there, and that your health is in the best of condition, and that you and your family and all your loved ones are doing well. You know, it's often said that if you do good by people, then good will come back to you. Do you believe that? Inshallah you do. When we perform good works, it really does have a positive effect, not only on we ourselves, but also on those around us. And alhamdulillah for the ability to do good by our family, our friends, our brothers and sisters, to do good to people in the world, because it really does have a good effect. When I was little, I remember my grandmother used to say, if you go to someone's house, make sure that when you're going to their house, that you are a refreshment to the souls of the house. When I was little, I didn't quite understand that, but as I got older, it made sense. And alhamdulillah, I always tried to do my best when I went to somebody's house. If there was need with washing dishes, you helped with washing the dishes. If there was need to sweeping the floor, you swept the floor. However you could be of help. I always used to say, when you go to someone's house, you always want to leave that house where when you do leave, they want you to come back. That they're not, oh no, this was not a good guest in my home. Oh, I don't want them to come back. You don't want that. So wherever you go, leave a trail of kindness. So that way others remember you for that. And they long to see you again, to be around you. You know, you wouldn't go to somebody's house and the house is clean and you would make a mess in that house. You know, we as kids, maybe you had sleepovers when you were kids, where a couple of your friends from school would come over, usually a couple of girls or boys, a couple of boys, you know, and you'd go to a sleepover, usually your best friend's house, and you would make sure that you respected the home. You know, they were welcoming to you. They invited you to come in, to sleep, to eat their food, to enjoy time with their family. Or maybe you did that yourself. Your parents did that. And you enjoyed it. You would never leave the house in shambles, would you? Of course not. You would leave it exactly the same way you found it. So again, do good by others, and it comes back to you. If you have a business, you want to keep your prices fair and reasonable. You don't want to jack up the prices and make it hard for people to come to buy anything in your store. I understand the cost of living is going up, but at the same time, you have to be fair. I know here we have one of the stores that we go to, and it seems like every month they keep jacking up the prices. I used to buy noodles that used to cost $3. Now they're $5. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to buy noodles from there anymore. I'll go somewhere else and buy my noodles. So if you have a business, you know, you want to keep your prices reasonable. You want to keep them fair. You don't want to put the prices so high that it doesn't make sense. You know, why pay $5 for something if you can go and you can get it for maybe $2? So you lose business like that. So you want to be fair, especially we as Muslims. any kind of business that we do, we want to be fair. I understand times are hard, but doesn't mean you go around taking advantage. It's not right. Again, we want to practice goodness. We want to practice kindness. Do good. Because it will come back to us in ways that we can't even begin to imagine. How many times have you been, going through something, some kind of hardship, and you prayed to Allah about it? And sometimes right in that instant your prayer gets answered and you're like, Subhanallah, I was just praying about that. And here Allah answered my prayer. And I can say that because it's happened to me. I'll be at the masjid and I'm making dua. And all of a sudden the phone rings and there's somebody answering that prayer. You're like, Subhanallah. Subhanallah. And when you receive blessings from Allah, make sure that you pass on those blessings. Pass them on. If Allah has blessed you, let's say, with a new car, and you have an old car and you're not using it anymore and it's still workable, it can get around town, and you know that there's a brother or sister in need of a car, alhamdulillah, give it to them. Give it to them. Most people think, okay, I'm going to sell the car. And, maybe if you need the money, you sell it. But here, if Allah has blessed you with a new car, alhamdulillah, and somebody else could use a car, you give them your old car. Give it to them. And you watch more blessings will come to you. And then you tell them, you pass on those blessings. However you can help people, you do it. And some people think, well, I don't have money to give to people. I don't have food to give to people. What can I give to them? Well, you give of them your time. Help somebody to learn the Quran. Share stories of, if you've been blessed to go to Mecca and Medina, share your stories of being there and what it felt like. How many of us like to turn on that YouTube channel, that official channel in Mecca where we watch the Kaaba and we see everybody doing Umrah and pilgrimage and all of that? And you see the faces of all those brothers and sisters, because sometimes that camera comes close up and you can see everything. And you see their faces and the joy and that spiritual enlightenment, that light that is all over their face, and their eyes are twinkling, and you think, oh my goodness, what they would be able to say if you could be there, and hear them. Alhamdulillah. So share your stories of when you took your trip. Share it. You may encourage somebody and inspire somebody. And inshallah, we all have the opportunity to visit and go and pay homage to Allah and fulfilling part of our deen, because going to Mecca at least once, we can go do pilgrimage, do Hajj. Oh, inshallah, we all have the opportunity to go. But those of you who have gone already, share your stories. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, encourage others, so that they can look forward to that, to have it as part of a goal to get there and be a part of that. Again, doing good. We can do good with our actions. We can do good by opening our mouth, sharing stories, talking about the Quran. How did you come into Islam? Share your story. How did you come into Islam? How are your kids doing? Share your stories about your kids and their routine and how they are flourishing in their Islam. And maybe they can help other kids. There's so many ways that we can do good. So many ways. Just smiling at somebody can do good. Saying, I love you for the sake of Allah is good. Whatever you need, brother, as long as it's within my means and I can do it, I'm here for you. I'll do it. Good. We want that to encompass who we are. That people not only see us as Muslims, and alhamdulillah for that they see us as Muslims, but they see us as decent, good, and kind people who are really striving to be good, to do good. Not only for ourselves and our families, but for others. For others. Because really that's what life is about. It's about helping one another. It's easy for humans to think of themselves. It's easy because we all have an innate need for something. But taking the time to think about others, to help alleviate the burdens of others, the hardships of others. Not all of us are wealthy, but there are a lot of Muslims who are. That wealth that Allah has blessed you with, what a joy to be able to use it to lighten the burden and heaviness of another. If you have been blessed to know the Quran from front cover to back cover, and you can help teach somebody else the Quran, imagine the blessings in doing that. If you're a sister and you're in good health, and there's an elderly sister who cannot move around, maybe you can go to her house, cook a meal for her, clean her house, help her with her laundry. Those things that we see as little, because we may see them as little things, but to them, they are big and they mean a lot. There's so much that we can do in our communities. Maybe you young people, you can get together and put Quran classes to help other young people. If you're teenagers, maybe you can talk to the brother at the masjids and ask them, can we put a class together for the little kids, like the little 4, 5, 6 years olds? Help them to learn the Quran, share stories of the Quran with them. Imagine being a teenager and you're able to do that. Think of the blessings. And our youth is the best time. It is the best time to be doing good. It's the best time because as you grow, it becomes more and more and more. The good, you do more and more because you get so used to doing it. Alhamdulillah. So may we be filled with good acts of kindness, helping others, and doing it with a genuine spirit, not begrudgingly, like, oh, I have to do this, let me do it, I gotta do it, oh, whatever. We don't want to think like that, but we want to be ready, willing, and able, and happily doing it with a spirit of happiness, because you never know when it may come a time when you are that person in need. So again, fill your life with doing good for others because it comes back to you. Allah blesses and Allah rewards. May our hearts be filled with love for others, that we want to do good by them. Until we meet again, beloved ones, I love you all for the sake of Allah, and may we meet again soon. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.